Welcome you all to the course on VLSI design, and this video lecture is about DC voltage transfer characteristics of an CMOS inverter. So this is a part of your unit 1. So before entering into the DC transfer voltage characteristics, let me rewind the operations of operating regions of transistors. So what about the current depends on the voltage, okay, which we discussed in the previous lectures. So in the cutoff region the current will be 0. In the linear region the drain source current is directly proportional to the drain source voltage, but in the case of saturation region your drain source current is independent function of VDS. Okay, so this is a CMOS inverter. So for this we are going to derive the transfer characteristics. From the word you can able to understand that transfer, so which means that we are going to derive the relationship between input versus output, and especially input voltage versus output voltage. So this will be our focus of this video lectures. So CMOS complementary metal oxide semiconductors is nothing but combination of PMOS and NMOS. PMOS is called as pull up device, NMOS is called as pull down device. PMOS is always connected to the power supply, NMOS is always connected to the ground. So in the gate terminal input is given, and in the drain terminal output is taken out. So this is the outputs are complement of an input, so this is called as complementary metal oxide semiconductor. So we are going to derive the voltage transfer characteristics for this circuit. Okay, so we all know, so the operating regions of transistors are nothing but cutoff, linear and saturation. In all three cases there are two different voltages. One is called as gate source voltage, the other one is drain source voltage. In the cutoff region the gate source voltage is lesser than the threshold voltage. In the linear and saturation region the gate source voltage is greater than the threshold voltage. Okay, and then next the other one is, okay, for so if I consider NMOS circuits, so VGSN is nothing but your input and VDSN is nothing but your output. So just look at the diagram here. So VGSN is your input, VDSN is your output. So I can change VGSN as a Vin. Just we can able to see in this here. So VGSN is equal to Vin. So simply I can write the input voltage is lesser than the threshold voltage for the cutoff region. But in the case of linear, Vn is greater than Vtn. In the case of saturation also, Vn is greater than Vtn. Okay, and then I should write the VDSN. So I have considered VDSN is equal to V out. So VDSN for the linear region is lesser than the VGS minus VT, which we already discussed in the ideal IV characteristics. Your gate source voltage should be lesser than the VGS minus VT for the linear region. It should be greater than for saturation. Okay, so this is your operation of NMOS. So because we are having two MOS transistors in the CMOS. Okay, so it's a very important things. The first one is VGSN is equal to V in, VDSN is equal to V out. These are two important things we should know. And the next one is we are going for PMOS operations. So PMOS operations, so it is a reverse case of your NMOS. Here VGSP should be greater than the VTP. VTP represents threshold of PMOS transistor. Okay, and similarly these 2 points are once again very important. So there I have considered VGSN is equal to V in. Okay, but here the VGSP is equal to, so the voltage difference between input and the power supply, so V in minus VDD. Okay, so here the voltage is the difference between the power supply and the input voltage, only that will be taken by the PMOS. And similarly output output of CMOS inverter or output of PMOS is nothing but, so VDSP is equal to V out minus VDD. Okay, so this is the basic expressions for NMOS and PMOS. This is the ideal IV characteristics of an NMOS and PMOS inverters. So this is ideal IV characteristics of an NMOS. This is ideal IV characteristics of the PMOS. Okay, so this slides about input voltage versus output voltage. So here the two diagrams are displayed. So the green thing represents NMOS and blue thing represents PMOS. Okay, so I have taken the magnitude alone, I have not taken the direction. Okay, since I have taken the magnitude, it will be falling into from, it will start from here, it will end at this point. Okay, for NMOS will start from here and end with the maximum value. Okay, so here I have taken current as well as input voltage and output voltages. Okay, now I am going to do the analysis, or I am going to tell you how to draw the DC transfer characteristics of an CMOS inverter. Okay. Okay, so let me take the input voltage is equal to 0 initially. Okay, if I take input voltage is equal to 0, that 0 will be fed to both NMOS as well as to the PMOS transistor. If the input is logic 0, your NMOS will be in the open circuit, your PMOS will be in the short circuit. If PMOS in the short circuit, which means that it is operating in the linear or saturation region. Okay, so your PMOS will be in short circuit, so your output terminal will be connected to the power supply, which means that your output represents logic high. Okay, when the input is 0, okay, when the input is 0, your V out is maximum. And similarly, we'll go for the reverse case. Okay, when the input is 1, that is VDD. Okay, when the power supply and the inputs are the same voltage. Okay, then NMOS will be in the short circuit and PMOS will be in the open circuit. So the output terminal will be connected to the ground, which means that V out is equal to 0. Okay, so when V in is 0, V out is 1, and V in is VDD, V out is 0. Okay, this is what this diagram represents. Okay, just let me take some other voltages. Okay, let me go for 0.2 VDD instead of 0. Okay, if I keep on increasing the voltage, okay, so your NMOS will not conduct till the threshold. Your NMOS will not conduct till the threshold. So till that point, PMOS will be in the proper operating regions. Okay, just look at the previous and this diagrams. Okay, in the previous diagrams, your output voltage is somewhat high compared to this slide. Okay, now once again, if I keep on increasing the input voltage, it will your blue color will keep on decreasing, your green will start to increasing. Just look at this. Okay, here your V1 is equal to 0.4 VDD. So your PMOS operation is getting down, your NMOS is trying to dominate the output. Now it is closer to 0.6 VDD, your at most your PMOS is down, your NMOS start to operate. Okay, then if I keep on increasing, now it is 0.8 VDD, which is greater than threshold voltage. So your PMOS is completely suppressed, here now NMOS is working properly. So this is the voltage for 0.8 VDD, which nothing but simply I can consider it as a logic 1. Okay, this is the maximum voltage. So okay, now combine all this together, that is 0.0 volt and 0.2 VDD and 0.4 VDD and 0.6 VDD, 0.8 VDD and V in is equal to VDD, and combine all these two graphs and mark the points where they are intersecting each other. Okay, with the constant values. Then if you draw this, you will get a waveform like this. Okay, so this is the input voltage versus output voltage. Your x-axis represents input, y-axis represents output voltage. Okay, just look at this. So input is equal to 0, your output is 1, your output is 1. Okay, and look at this point, look at this point, your input is VDD, then output is equal to 0. Okay, so this is the proper DC voltage transfer characteristics of an CMOS inverter, and this is divided into 5 sub regions. Okay, so there are 5 regions for CMOS inverter. How the wave is transferring from high voltage to the low voltage. Okay, it is subcategorized into 5 regions named as region A, B, C, D and E. So from 0 to VTN, okay, from 0 to VTN. So the operating region of CMOS inverter is region A. Okay, in region A, your NMOS will be in the cutoff region. Okay, in region A, NMOS will be in the cutoff and PMOS will be in the linear. Okay, since the threshold is less, since the applied voltage is less than the threshold voltage, your NMOS will not conduct, but PMOS will conduct. Okay, so this is region A, and next this is region B. Okay, so in region B, your NMOS will be in the saturation and PMOS will be in the linear. Okay, your output of the CMOS inverter is lesser than the previous region. Okay, because we are increasing the voltage, so now your NMOS starts to conduct and PMOS start to decrease. In region C, both are in the saturation state, so it is called as sharp transition, okay, from high voltage to the low voltage. And next, D region. In D region, your PMOS will be in the saturation and NMOS will be in the linear. So now we are at most closer to the threshold voltage. When you are closer to threshold voltage, the output of the working of PMOS, it is at most suppressed. Your NMOS trying to dominate the output. So since NMOS is connected to the ground, your output is approaching 0. Finally, in the region E, your PMOS will be in the cutoff region, NMOS will be in the linear region, which represents the voltage is greater than the threshold voltage of NMOS transistor. Now NMOS transistor starts to conduct, your PMOS will be completely suppressed, so the output is approaching 0. Okay, so if you have any queries regarding this video, you can mail to me at arvind@savitha.ac.in. Thank you.